Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2020 mid-month general readings. We're looking at the last half of March. Welcome everyone. Welcome newcomers and first-timers, and welcome back followers and subscribers. And thank you so much for all that you do to support this channel. Liking, sharing, subscribing. Grateful. So this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. And by the way, I'm coming to you from a new computer. No more a headset. This one is much better. Well, it's a much newer model. Technology moves so much faster than I do. I'm still playing around with the audio and graphics, but should be settling into it fairly well. And I'm also utilizing a new deck of cards, still by one of my favorite tarot artists, Ciro Marchetti, but this is a new one. It's called Legacy of the Divine Tarot, and the artwork is just amazing on it. Okay, yes, this is for the air sign of Aquarius for the last half of March 2020. That is Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, if your Venus is in Aquarius, or if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian as well. And watch all of your videos if you know them and if you can, because general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone. So to bring in more clarification and pieces of the puzzle of what's going on in your life, watch as many of your sign videos as you can. If any of these readings do resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something or reach out for a personal reading, you can click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Just click on that little arrow. You can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. And I do readings full time, so I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules to get readings to you or scheduled with you in as timely a fashion as possible. So I look forward to hearing from any of you that are interested. All right, let's move right into this. Aquarius, last half of March. Okay, Aquarius. We begin with the Nine of Swords, followed by the High Priestess. We have the Six of Swords, followed by the King of Swords. And from the bottom of the deck, overall energy and guidance is the Two of Wands. So needing to make a decision, but feeling very stressed out about it, which is the Two of Wands is about needing to choose a path. In my previous deck, it actually shows a man at a crossroads. In this one, it shows two different locked boxes and a key in the middle of them with two wands. Which one do you unlock? Which one do you choose? Which one do you open? So it's, you know, twos are duality, crossroads choices. So there's a choice in front of you. There's a choice that needs to be made. One path to go down and another one not to. But there's a lot of stress, and it looks a lot like your fears and anxieties are hijacking your logical mind and your intuition. It's like your intuition is strongly trying to tell you something. You already have a sense of knowledge or knowing or what the answer is, which one of these boxes to unlock, which path to go down. But on top of that, there's all this fear, anxiety too. I mean, we have the High Priestess. We have the Nine of Swords card I really don't like to pull for people. And clarifying it as the High Priestess. So this Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, worry, fear, insomnia. Again, this is worrying about, often it's about an unknown future. What will I do if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? You know, your mind kind of going around and around in circles, obsessively focusing on something, often with the most negative outcome of a future which hasn't even played out yet. Fear, anxiety, kind of hijacking your rational mind and your intuition, sometimes referred to as the insomnia card. So what is that about? The High Priestess is about paying attention to your intuition, repeating dreams, synchronicities, having that sense of knowing. Some people, intuition is our connection with the divine through which we get messages in all different ways. Some people call it gut instinct, their higher self. So there's a sense of knowing, a deep inner sense of knowing. But on top of that is all this fear and anxiety. So it does imply strongly that you know which path you need to be walking down, but for some reason you're having a difficult time looking at, accepting what your intuition is telling you, or trying to ignore it, or trying to ignore some kind of truth. So here we have the Six of Swords, which is healing, peace, healing, restoration. It's a card about moving away from the murky, muddy, choppy, troubled, turbulent waters behind you, and moving into towards a place that's more harmonious, balanced, peaceful, serene. It represents the healing process, which in the initial stages, you can have good days and bad days. It's transitional energy, which means that the worst is behind you. You're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground yet, so you're still in process, but you're definitely heading towards a much, much better place. And what clarifies this is the King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, showing up as a male, but in a general, this could be, anyone really. This could be about a relationship. It could be about a relationship with someone who is the King of Swords and manifests like the King of Swords in the upright position. Swords is air energy and it governs the mind. Kings and queens are kind of at the top of the inherent traits of their suit. So they've reached a point of mastery of and self-discipline and control over thoughts, words, communication. This is someone who is driven by his intellect, logic, practicality, reality. Sometimes the King of Swords can come across as a bit cold or aloof, or too quick to set aside feelings and emotions. And for some of you, because this is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy, this can be you as well. Peace, healing, restoration. But this is about mental healing, because there's a lot of swords energy here. Out of 5 cards, 3 of them are swords, which is air energy, which focuses on the mind, how we look at things, perspectives, belief systems, ideologies. So I actually like how this transitions to at or towards the end of March. We go from the 9 of Swords, which is I can't sleep, I'm obsessively thinking about this, all these potential negative outcomes about a future I cannot even control, ignoring something that my intuition is telling me. But it looks like you're kind of transitioning into a better place with the 6 of Swords, slowly moving away from this. So the King of Swords could represent just you yourself transitioning into this healing process towards or at the end of the month, or it could be in regards to a King of Swords individual. What is this 9 of Swords and High Priestess about? I feel like you're ignoring something or trying not to pay attention to something in some kind of intuitive sense. It's like the High Priestess, your intuition is telling you which one of these paths to take, which one of these boxes is the right one to unlock. But you're just kind of sitting there almost paralyzed by indecision, because you're like, yes, but if I do that, then maybe there won't be anything in the box and I won't have anything, or this will, fill in the blank with whatever, messages your fears kind of run through your head. So let's see what that's about. Oh, 2. The Ace of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Yeah. So ignoring your intuition, what? The Ace of Swords is the answer, clarity, solution. The sword comes in and it cuts away emotional baggage, fantasy, illusion, and it exposes and illuminates something for being the absolute reality it is. Sometimes that can be difficult to embrace, but what it does, by taking a good look at whatever the truth is here, it presents you with the opportunity to create a healthier reality for yourself, which is what would lead into this healing energy. And here we have the 2 of Swords, which is, being stuck. Swords can also represent truth, insight, wisdom, illumination, clarity, but you're having difficulty looking at it. There's a reluctance or a resistance here to see it. Your intuition is pulling at you. Your mind is pulling at you. The truth is pulling at you. That answer is already there, but you're afraid. And I get it. We all go through these things. But it is by looking at that and embracing that and moving through these fears is the only way to actually conquer them. And that's where your peace and healing comes from. So let's pull one final advice guidance card. Advice for Aquarius. What's the best way to navigate through this energy for the last half of March? Judgment. Make that choice. You're being called to act. Judgment is sometimes the second chance card, which can imply if you've had the opportunity to make a decision before, you might want to take a look at making a different decision. It is a call to action. And whatever you choose will probably be set in stone for quite some time, not easily reversible. And this opportunity or chance to make this particular choice may not come around again. So choose carefully and choose wisely, because whatever path you choose, you're going to be on that path for some time. So choose very carefully. And I mean, the whole advice here through all of these cards is whatever it is you're reluctant to look at and embrace from what your mind is telling you, your logic and your intuition here with the High Priestess, it's time to look at it. It's time to look at it and embrace it, because that's where you're going to achieve healing. That's where you're going to achieve healing. So many swords cards. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are swords. So all this mental energy, and 2 of them are about making a choice. Judgment and the 2 of Wands. Call to action. Make a choice based on the truth and reality, because that's going to lead you into a much healthier, wholesome, balanced, and more peaceful place for you. So Aquarius, that is your reading for the last half of March. I hope that you found it helpful and useful. Again, if any of these readings resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something or reach out for a personal reading, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April 2020 general readings. Until then, I wish you much love and joy, and strength and wisdom and insight too. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.